जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदा यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतवर्षी श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भाई चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज आचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतवर्षी श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कह श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोपीनाथ राधा पूर्ण श्याम पूर्ण गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया जमुना मैया की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर ललिता विशाखा देवी की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। भगवत वाणी श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। समवेत वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. Shri Guru Shri Guru. Which verse? 14th chapter, first verse. What is verse number? 14:1. Okay. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, 14th chapter, the three modes of material nature, text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Parama Bhuya Pravakhyami Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam Yad Yantva Munayaha Sarve Param Siddhim Ito Gataha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Param Bhuya Pravakhyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yad Jnantva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhim Ito Gataha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Param Bhuya Pravakhyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yad Jnantva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhim Ito Gataha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Param Bhuya Pravakhyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yajñāntva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhim Ito Gataha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Param Bhuya Pravakhyami Jnanam Jnanamuttamam word meaning. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Param, transcendental. Bhuyah, again. Pravakhyami, I shall speak. Jnananam, of all knowledge. Jnanam, knowledge. Uttamam, the supreme. Yat, which. Jnantva, knowing. Munayaha, the sages. Sarve, all. Param, transcendental. Siddhim, perfection. Itaha, from this world. Gataha, attain. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, again I shall declare to you the supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection. Please repeat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, again I shall declare to you the supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection. Purport. From this 7th chapter to the end of the 12th chapter, Sri Krishna in detail reveals the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, the Lord Himself is further enlightening Arjuna. If one understands this chapter through the process of philosophical speculation, he will come to an understanding of devotional service. In the 13th chapter, it was clearly explained that by humbly developing knowledge, one may possibly be freed from material entanglement. It has also been explained that it is due to association with the modes of nature that the living entity is entangled in this material world. Now in this chapter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Supreme Personality explains what those modes of nature are, how they act, how they bind, and how they give liberation. The knowledge explained in this chapter is proclaimed by the Supreme Lord to be the superior to the knowledge given so far in other chapters. By understanding this knowledge, various great sages attain perfection and transfer to the spiritual world. The Lord now explains the same knowledge in a better way. This knowledge is far, far superior to all other processes of knowledge, thus far explained. And knowing this, many attain perfection. Thus it is expected that one who understands this 14th chapter will attain perfection. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurubhe Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vande Aham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषः शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशः गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री भगवान उवाच परम भूय प्रवक्ष्यामि ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमं यज्ञान्त्वा मुनयः सर्वे परां सिद्धिं हितो गतः। The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Again I shall declare to you the supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection." Hare Krishna. So, there are 18 chapters in this Bhagavad Gita, and first 6 chapters dealing with karma, niskama karma yoga. And starting from 7th chapter up to 12th chapter, there is description about pure devotional service, bhakti. But after describing karma and bhakti, niskama karma and bhakti, then Lord is going to explain knowledge, transcendental knowledge. The concluding 6th chapter, starting from 13th chapter to 18th chapter, there is a description of transcendental knowledge. Because bhakti is, as Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, bhakti is simply a sentiment without transcendental knowledge. Though sometimes we think bhakti has nothing to do with jnana and karma. Bhakti is independent. But here is the knowledge described here is not the ordinary knowledge. This is the transcendental knowledge. Knowledge two types. There is material knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Adhyatma vidya and bhautiki vidya. And Krishna told Adhyatma vidya vidyanam. Krishna represents Adhyatma vidya, the spiritual knowledge. So these concluding chapters, this explaining about transcendental knowledge. By knowing this knowledge, we can make ourselves free from the influence of modes of nature or the external energy, from the influence of external energy of the Lord. So that's why in the beginning in this section from 13th chapter, Lord says to Arjuna, "Oh my dear," Arjuna said, "Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and field of the knower of the field, and knowledge and the object of knowledge." The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, this body, ocean of Kunti, is called the field. And one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. And like this, in 13th chapter is mainly described the soul and material nature, and there is also description of the super soul. And this chapter specifically, this 14th chapter, is a description how a conditioned soul get entangled with three modes of material nature, or how three modes of material nature just grab a conditioned soul, how it entangled. And also in the end of this chapter, the process is given how to overcome the influence of material nature. So this is the first verse in this chapter, and Lord himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is just glorifying wisdom. And he's telling that this chapter, the knowledge specifically in this chapter is the topmost knowledge. This knowledge given in the previous chapters is inferior to that knowledge is given in this particular chapter. Jnanam sanchinna sansayam. One may have so many doubts, but will we know this knowledge? And the Lord is telling many sages in the previously also, knowing which all the sages have attained this supreme perfection. So even we may practicing the process of devotional service, but still we must have knowledge. Without knowledge, we will be always in doubt in every circumstances of practicing bhakti. That's when there are many descriptions of knowledge or definitions of knowledge in previous chapters also. Jnana Sanchin, and in 4th chapter also, that is the Jnana Yoga, there is also Lord told about the importance of knowledge. Jathe dhansi samadhu agni bhasmasat kurute Arjuna jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute tatha. Just like there is a big amount of cottons, there may be a mountain of cottons, but simply one much stick is enough to just to make it ashes. Similarly, one may have so many sinful, one may part from many lifetimes, but jnana jathe dhansi samadho agni bhasmasat kurute Arjuna jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute. One is when enlightened with divine knowledge, so that person can make himself free from the reaction of the sinful activity he has committed in previous lives or previously. So without knowledge, one always remain in illusion. He is always in doubt, what to do, what not to do. Krishna told, sansayatma vinasyati. If a person always remain in such a situation, what to do and what not to do, he is not able to take any decision, then he is always confused. Such a person is subject to destruction. Sansayatma vinasyati, Krishna is telling. That's why even after speaking about bhakti, in the 12th chapter is known as Bhakti Yoga. But again, Lord is speaking about transcendental knowledge in concluding. Because without knowledge, the bhakti is simply sentiment. You must have knowledge. Why we are performing certain things, we must have knowledge. Why we are doing, otherwise it will become niyamagraha. If someone knows and did not know why he is doing something, then if he is not completely free from his doubts, then maybe in future he will leave bhakti and go away. Go out. So that's why you must know all these things. Knowledge means three things. You must know soul, super soul, and material nature, and the relation in between, and how the material nature is controlling a conditioned soul by three modes of material nature. How a conditioned soul, when influenced by this first 9 verses of this section, this 14th chapter is describing about this. When a conditioned soul entangled with mode of ignorance, what happened to him? When he entangled with mode of passion, what will happen to him? And when he entangled by mode of goodness, what is the effect? So that's why we must have this knowledge. There is generally in this material world, this knowledge, their teacher also too, those who are teaching material knowledge and some teaching. But practically in this age now, in this age, due to the Kali Yuga, that very rare teachers following the principles, following the parampara of Narada Muni. Just like see, this teacher is Sukracharya and his disciples Sandhya and Amarka, and there is another disciplic succession from Narada Muni and Prahlad Maharaj. So now, everywhere we see those the people calling this is they are learning knowledge, but this is not knowledge. That's why this Bhakti Vinod Thakur composed the famous song. In one of his song he wrote that Jada Vidya Jato Mayar Vaibhava Tumar Bhajane Badha Anitya Sansare Moho Janmaya Jivaku Karaye Gadha. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is telling Jada Vidya, this material knowledge, that is we are getting through schools, college, universities. Mayara Vaibhava, this is the opulence of the illusory energy. This is Tomara Bhajane Badha, this simply causing obstacles in path of pure devotional service. Tomara Bhajane Badha. Anitya Sansare Moho Janmaya, simply increases our attractions for sense enjoyment for this material world. Moho Janmaya Jivaku Karaye Gadha, simply making us or teaching us the process how to work very hard like an ace. And so people are working so hard, they did not know why they are working. This is material nature, through material knowledge, through three modes of material, how they just entangle the conditioned souls. They did not know why they are working. Day and night. Money is sweeter than honey, brighter than sunshine. So that's why the need of everyone, we have to know what is the real knowledge, what is the spiritual knowledge. That is Krishna is telling Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanang. I am the spiritual knowledge among all knowledge. So there are spiritual teachers. Now this all the material knowledge and material teachers. All school and college, universities all over the world in this planet. They simply coming from the disciple succession of Sukracharya, Sandhya Amarka. There is no discussion of the soul research or anything about soul, material nature or Supreme Lord. There are no discussions, just like we are here. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj rejected the teachings of Sukracharya's ancestors like Sandhya Amarka, and he accepted the teachings of Narada Muni. So we are getting this knowledge also in this parampara from Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, Brahma and Narada, and in this parampara we are getting this knowledge from his divine grace, Abhay Charana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He gave his Bhakti Vedanta purport, so we can understand very clearly what is knowledge. Knowledge means these three things. So we can understand who is the Supreme Lord. In every page, just like today we read this verse, Bhasri Bhagavan Uvacha. And whenever there is Bhagavan Uvacha, then Prabhupada wrote, Lord Sri Krishna says, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna says. And there is one professor in Calcutta University, he was also he is a great Sanskrit scholar and a little Mayavadi. And he came to Mayapur and he asked Prabhupada, he also wrote his Bhagavad Gita as it is. Sorry, he is just a Bhagavad Gita. He made his own commentary, word meaning, everything. And he used to come to Prabhupada, oh, Swamiji, why your translations are not proper? Because I am a Sanskrit scholar, professor, I could understand where you are making wrongs. I have this Gita, you can see. There's many places they have written Bhagavan Uvacha. Why are you writing? Sri Krishna says, Lord Sri Krishna says, why are you writing this? It's Bhagavan Uvacha. Because they know, they think Bhagavan means something impersonal. The Prabhupada told just to teach this Mayavadi. He told, okay, show me where is I drawn. Then he will show 100 places. This is only Bhagavan Uvacha, then you writing Sri Krishna. Lord Sri Krishna says, Lord Sri Krishna says. Why are you writing like this? So in this way, Prabhupada by trick just engaged this Mayavadi to chanting and again Lord's name. So by reading his Bhagavad Gita with Bhakti Vedanta purport, we can very easily understand who is the Supreme Lord. Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we can understand also what is material, what is the soul, living entity. How living entity is part and parcel of Lord Sri Krishna. In forthcoming chapter, in the next chapter, Krishna is telling in 7th verse, Mama ivangsha jivo loke jivo bhuta sanatana manosastha indriyani prakriti sthani karsati. So our living entity is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord or Super Soul. Then he is telling also material nature, how material nature acts. That is specifically described in this 14th chapter. There are three this also in 7th chapter in 14th verse, Krishna told, Daivi hesa gunamayi mama maya durattaya maam evaje prapadyanti maya metam karantite. This is mama maya, this is my illusory energy. Krishna is telling this is my energy. Mama maya durattaya, it is very difficult to overcome. It is not possible unless someone takes shelter of Supreme Lord. Unless one there is mama maya durattaya, but next line, that's why Krishna is telling maam evaje prapadyante mayam etam karantite. One time Srila Prabhupada was giving class in Radha Landaneshwar and then he told in class that actually all this, you are the audience here, all you are listening the class. This Maya can entangle all of you. You can be overcome by the illusory energy of the Lord. But actually Maya cannot do anything to me. I am free from Maya. Maya cannot do any harm to me. Everyone thought, oh yes, Prabhupada is pure devotee. That is true. But after class, then Prabhupada was standing in front of Jati. Then he was praying something. He was talking. Very softly he was chanting, murmuring something. And his secretary was standing and hearing what Prabhupada is telling. Prabhupada was praying very sincerely. Oh Lord, oh Radha Landaneshwar, please make always protect me from the influence of your illusory energy. Please, your illusory energy should not cover me, should not affect me. Then they say, how is Prabhupada, you told just in class that this illusory energy cannot do anything to you. Now I heard that the secretary is telling, I heard that you are praying to the Lord. So Prabhupada told, that is the secret. Why I am free from the influence of illusory energy? Because every day I am sincerely praying to the Lord to protect me from the influence of illusory energy. And the devotees of ISKCON, we have this defect. The devotees of ISKCON, they do not fear Maya. They do not know Maya is so much powerful. Krishna is telling, Mama Maya, Duruttaya. You have to pray every day to Krishna to make only Krishna can overcome. And anyone who is under shelter of Krishna, it is every day. We are not forgetting to eating our prasadam timely, drinking water, but we are forgetting to praying to Krishna to make us free from the influence of illusory energy. So that's why in this chapter, the concluding verses is Krishna is telling how we can overcome influence. Yoman abhyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitaitan brahma bhuyaya. Abhyabhicharini bhakti. If someone do abhyabhicharini bhakti, then he can overcome the influence of Maya. What is about abhyabhicharini bhakti? Vyabhichara bhakti and abhyabhichara bhakti. Vyabhichara means, generally this word is used to Vyabhichara or Vyabhicharini. That means someone has considered so many people as his master, or a woman considered her mind with so many people. Same time he is thinking there are so many people as her husband. So this is Vyabhichara. And of Vyabhichara means fixed your mind in one point. You should consider only one person as your worshipable Lord. One person as husband. So this is Abhyabhicharini. So Krishna is telling Abhyabhicharini bhakti. In purport to 18th chapter, 65th verse, this famous verse, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyajimang namaskuru mame vaisheshyatengte pratijane priyosime. This Prabhupada is mentioned. What is Abhyabhicharini bhakti? One is to fix his mind, only one Lord. These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feathers in his hair. There are descriptions of Krishna found in Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on this original form of the Godhead. Then Prabhupada is telling them, Lord has multi-forms as Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. So this is Abhyabhicharini bhakti. Must concentrate our mind in one person. Even there Vishnu Tattva, so many other forms, but we must meditate on one form. That is Krishna. Iswaraha Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karana. So, in this way, this chapter is specifically teaching us what is the Abhyabhicharini bhakti and how to make ourselves free from the influence of modes of material nature. Urdha gacchati satostha madhya tichhati rajasa jaghanya gunavritistha adho gacchati tamasa. Those who are under the influence of a mood of goodness, they remain the heavenly planets, the demigods, and all the siddhas, all these higher planetary systems, 7 planets, Swarga, Janalok, Maholok, Tapalok, up to Brahmalok. There is Siddhalok, and those who are under the influence of Rajaguna, mood of passion, specifically in this earthly planet, specifically the people having this human body. They having human body, we are mostly influenced by mood of passion. And those who are in lower species, then they are in mood of ignorance. But bhakti, everyone are qualified to do bhakti. But specifically those who have human body, they can start bhakti. Because there's so much opulence in heavenly planets. So the demigods, they are thinking sometimes we may get the opportunity to have a birth in this India, in this Bharatavarsa, so we can perform devotional service. And those are lower sources there because of so much influence and mode of ignorance, they are also not able to do bhakti. That's why Prahlad Maharaj instructed us. Kaumare acharat durlabha manusam janma jadyapi adhrubam arthatam. Kaumare acharat pragya dharman bhagavatam iha durlabhan manusam janma jadyapi adhrubam arthatam. This human life is very rarely achieved. And that's why Prahlad Maharaj advised to perform devotional service, to start devotional service from very beginning of our life. Kaumare, in the age of 5, must start devotional service. At least when we have in traveling in this 84 lakh species, we came to this human form, and wherever we get some knowledge, due to mercy of the sadhus or saintly person, we must start devotional service. There is no other meaning to this human birth. If someone have the human body and not performing devotional service, then his whole life is useless. Narottam Das Thakur says, Manusya janama labhiya Radha Krishna nahvajiya janiya suniya visa and knowingly drinking poison. I have a human body, but I just lost my whole time without performing devotional service. So that's why we have to perform devotional service, and we must know who is the Supreme Lord and concentrate our mind at His lotus feet. So by His mercy, we can make free ourselves from the influence of material knowledge, otherwise necessary material nature, from the influence of the 3 modes of material nature. Unless the Lord Himself protect us, there is no question of by our own endeavor we cannot make ourselves free from the influence of the material nature. Material nature is so powerful. Krishna is telling Mama Maya, this is my illegal energy. Unless take shelter of the Supreme Lord, no question of making ourselves free from the influence of material nature. So that's why this chapter is very important to understand. This knowledge is from the second verse. The explanation will start. In this chapter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead explains what those modes of nature are, how they act, how they bind, and how they give liberation. In this 14th chapter, this description is, we'll read after. The knowledge explained in this chapter is proclaimed by Supreme Lord to be the superior to knowledge given so far in other chapters. Okay, any question answer? We can discuss more, because this is just the starting of this one. This is just general statement by the Supreme Lord. What he will going to discuss in forthcoming verses, and he is just briefly telling that the knowledge that we will read in this chapter will be superior to all other knowledge he has explained before. Hare Krishna. And question and comments?
I thought it was rather interesting how Prabhupada, the youngest, reported that
knowledge means knowledge. This is knowledge means this is Sankhya. That is called knowledge. Sankhya means you have to know all the 24 elements that is and described by Lord Kapila Dev, everything. How this everything is in this material world, but that is knowledge. You have to know the 5 sthula tattvas, then 3 Satu, Bhumi, Rapa, Nala by earth, water, either and air and fire, then mind, Mana Buddhi Ahankar, mind, intelligence and false ego, then 5 working senses and 5 knowledge acquiring senses, then the 5 the sense objects, like this is 15 and 8 is 23, then Kala, the time factor, and then soul and super soul, all together they are 26 elements. And knowledge means philosophical speculation means you have to discuss thoroughly all these things. You have to know detail. That is Kapila Devi is explained specifically in Bhagavatam. You have to know everything. Sankhya, that is Sankhya philosophy. That is knowledge.
You explained about Abhicharani Bhakti. So in that you read in 1865. So here it's written the Lord has multi-forms as Vishnu, Narayan, Ram, Varaha. And it's written the Lord, but a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. So is it that even thinking of Ram and Narasimha and Narayan is included?
Yes, you have to go that that particular planet. If you meditate on that form, then you have to go to that planet. Lord, these are all free from birth and death, all the spiritual planets, but there is millions of Vishnu lokas. And any form you are meditating, you have to go to that form, that planet. Nrsimhadeva's planet is different from Krishna's planet, Golok Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu came specifically for this. Anarpita charing chirat karunaya avatirna karo. Samarpayitam unnata ujjvala rasam sobhakti sriyam hari purvata sundara kadamba sandipitam sada hudaya kandare sprutu vaha sachinandana. Before all acharyas, they gave the way how to go to spiritual planets, Vaikuntha planets. But no one can enter the Vaikuntha planet necessary to the Golok Vrindavan unless following the Raga Bhakti, following the footprints of the Brajavasis. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's gift. He gave specifically. Otherwise, by doing simple, we can go to some other spiritual planets also. One is so much attached to Nrsimhadev, he go to Nrsimha planet. So now we are just worshipping Nrsimhadev just to destroy our obstacles in the path of Krishna Bhakti. Our aim is not to go Nrsimhadev. So, but if someone say, oh no, I am attracted to Nrsimhadev, Nrsimhadev is everything for me, then this is not our goal. He has to go Nrsimhadev. Someone is attached to Rama, Ramchandra, he also go to Saket, Ajodhya. Even Krishna has also pastimes, 3 places, Mathura, Dwarka and Vrindavan. So anyone attracted to one pastime, he has to go there also. Krishna is in spiritual world, Krishna is all 3 places. So he has to, like Gopakumara, he is not satisfied in Dwarka, Mathura, he has to, Narguni took him to Gokul. So even we have to fix our mind. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesatanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajavadhu Vargena Jakalpita Srimat Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartha Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatra Dharanapara. This is the goal of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. The whole philosophy is given in this verse by Vaishnava Chakravarti Thakur. Who is our worshipful Lord and what is the process to attain Him. If our mind little here and there, we have something attraction to opulence of Krishna, then fix your mind. Amen. lotus feet of Nandanandan. Mahaprabhu told the name is so many names of Krishna, I only select 2 names, I accept only 2 names. Shyama Sundara, Jasodanandana, Dui Matra Jani. Krishna Sabdara Bahu Artha Namani. I don't accept so many meanings to the word, the meaning of the word Krishna. I accept only 2 meanings. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told. I accept only 2 meanings. Jasodanandana, Shyama Sundara. I don't accept, I don't know who is Devaki Nandana. I only know only Jasodanandana. Jasodanandana, Shyama Sundar. And Radharani called him Shyama Sundar. So this I know only 2 names. I don't know so many names. So you have to fix your mind and in this way. Sadhak has to fix.
A small story. In 1984, I took my 2-year-old daughter to Mayapur after the festival, thinking it would be more peaceful. There was a very huge dacoit pack, maybe 30 dacoits, came to the temple. And I turned off all the lights upstairs. I was on the 3rd floor. And then I went with my daughter under the bed and chanted probably the most sincere 45 minutes japa that I've ever chanted and probably will ever chant in my entire life. And I was chanting Hare Krishna very sincerely with all. When I got back to Bombay, some devotees were saying, why didn't you chant the word Nishade? So I said, well, Prabhupada trained us to chant Hare Krishna. And it just seems so natural to chant Hare Krishna, because that's what we're doing. This was the process given by Lord Chaitanya. Sure. If you want, you can go to Jamnadev. You can go to Nishade.
And here Prabhupada gave this Nrsimha mantra in San Francisco Rath Yatra. When the black peoples, they threatened they will attack Prabhupada, then Prabodhanand Prabhu and all others, so they are fighting with these gundas, and Prabhupada just stand on the Rath Yatra in the chariot and he told, now I am giving one mantra, everyone has to chant. Then the whole obstacles will go. Then Prabhupada chanted, Namaste Narasimhaya. And all devotees chanted, and just they finished chanting this Namaste Narasimhaya prayer, then immediately police van come and they just arrested all the black people and took them away. So now devotees have faith, oh this mantra is wonderful. So anyhow, just we remember Nrsimhadev just to destroy our obstacles in path of Krishna Bhakti. We don't want to him as our worshipable Lord to go his planet. So that is his form, this Krishna's form he appeared in that form to destroy our obstacles. Jatpada Pallava Jugandi Nidhaya Kumbha Dvandi Pranama Samaye Saha Ganadhiraja Vignan Vihantamalamasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusam Tamaham Bhaja. Even he is worshipable Lord of Ganesh. The materialists, they don't know who is Nrsimha or who is Krishna. They are simply meditating on Ganesh, but Ganesh is meditating on Nrsimha, on Krishna. He getting his power to destroying all of the obstacles from Krishna. Okay.
You so beautifully described the difference between spiritual knowledge and material knowledge, and he said how it makes us an ass, only material knowledge. But at the same time, to survive in the world, you need both. So how much spiritual knowledge and how much material knowledge one should?
That's why Upanishad is telling Vidyangscha Avidyangscha Jo Vetti Ubhayangsaha. So he has to know Vidya and Avidya, but intelligence will be given by Krishna. How much you need. Somebody surrender to Krishna. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishta matah smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Krishna will give knowledge. When someone surrendered, then Krishna is giving within what you need and what you don't need. Main thing is surrendering. Feet of Krishna. If someone is surrendered by following the 6 principles of Saranagati, then everything will be revealed by Krishna. When Krishna supply everything. That's why in Chatusloki in a 10th chapter, Krishna is telling in 11th verse that my devotees never remain ignorant. Tesam evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tama nasayami atmabhavastha jnanadipena bhasvata. So main thing we have to surrender. Krishna will take care of. Okay.
You know the Sanskrit, I only know the concept. But I know that you said that in order to get out of material energy, you have to know what you're trying to get out of.
Yes.
So you have to learn something.
That is knowledge, that is Sankhya. You have to know everything. That's why Prabhupada wrote this you have to this speculative knowledge. Philosophical speculation. Okay. Okay. Any comment or question? You have? Okay.
My question is not specifically related to this current one, but it's regarding the mode of
Material nature.
material nature. So, under the mode of ignorance and other lower modes, like a person, especially mode of passion, living actually with a mood of enjoying the senses. So, under such conditions, then there is no interest in Shravanam, Kirtan, and Shraddha, and doesn't have Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Saraswati. So, how should he get into bhakti?
Yes, Prabhupada did in Western world practical how to do this. What is this symptom of a person having a mode of passion? If you want to work hard, he cannot sit idle. He cannot sleep also. He want to do something and he needs some praise, some name and fame. That's what Prabhupada did. He engaged all the young peoples, take my book bags and go and distribute. And then who is doing nice, Prabhupada gave him very nice, you are very nice. First, they announced, then others, he get so much praise from Prabhupada, so we must also work.
Generally, he doesn't have interest in devotional service. That's all his devotional. That is all. The devotional service, like distributing books or chanting.
Yes, he has the intention to work hard.
Yeah, he wants to work hard and enjoy his service.
So what is the question?
So my question is that how he can come to bhakti then? How can he do that?
By the causeless mercy of a devotee. Prabhupada told this, Western world they told, okay, Prabhupada by Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, we know that unless some part from some Sukriti in the previous life, he cannot start bhakti in this life. So we may have performed some Sukritis in previous lives. Prabhupada told, no, this is due to my causeless mercy only. So, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, without mercy of a devotee, Chadiya, Narottam Das Thakur told, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva. Vistara Paiche Keva. Mahaprabhu told, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hai Sadhu Sangha. The root cause of Krishna Bhakti is associating with a pure devotee. And this is the main reason also to getting the love, getting the pure love up to the stage of achieving the pure love of God. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hai Sadhu Sang, Krishna Prema Pujaya, Tinhu Mukhyang. This is the prime verse. We are thinking maybe Saddha is the first. Saddha, Sadhu, no, how can you get Saddha? As you said, that's why Mahaprabhu telling to Sanatana Goswami, first Sadhu Sangha. Then you get Saddha. Then you search for spiritual master, that is the second Sadhu Sangha, then you get the Bhakti Lata Beach from spiritual master. So Sadhu Sangha is the Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastre ka hai. Labhi matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hai. By the causeless mercy, pure devotee, like Narada when he was just traveling and get Vikram Murgari in his course of traveling. So he delivered. Prabhupada was traveling, following the instruction of a spiritual master, so he saw this hippies there, then he delivered them. So in this way, without the mercy of spiritual, pure devotee is not possible. Bhramite jadi sadhu vaidya paye. तार मंत्र बड़े माया पिशाची पढ़ाए. Brahmite, just in course of our traveling, somehow other we will get touch with a pure devotee. Then he will make us free from the influence of Maya by his causeless mercy.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, you have a question? Okay. Oh, okay.
You said that very few teachers are there who are following the principles of Narada Muni. So I just want to request you to please explain in brief so that, what sort of principles a teacher should follow?
What principles you have to follow? There's two teachers. Narada Muni is following. I told Prabhupada, he divine grace Prabhupada is following. He's modern and the Narada Muni for this modern age. So we're following Prabhupada. We're following Narada Muni. And all the present acharyas, the ISKCON, they are teaching us and following this parampara. What Prabhupada taught in his Bhakti Vedanta Purport, that is teachings of Narada Muni. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yes. Last question.
I'm sorry that I came in little bit. I wanted to understand Prabhupada says that the knowledge given in this chapter is better than the knowledge given
In previous chapters.
How is that? Because the previous chapters contain knowledge of devotional service.
So I told that's why devotional service without knowledge is sentiment. That's why after even describing devotional service after 12th chapter, Krishna is giving this transcendental knowledge. Otherwise you simply, this is not, so you have to know knowledge. Not devotees are not ignorant fools. They know everything. How can you fix in devotional service? You must have transcendental knowledge. Understand this. So that's why after giving bhakti, describing bhakti in 12th chapter, Krishna is describing then the transcendental knowledge. How to fix up in bhakti. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita GTS ki. Srila Prabhupada ki.